On the eve of the Industrial Revolution that will lead to the mechanization of industry, Americans prepare for what some see as a transition from the industrial age of iron to the industrial age of steel. The great influx of migrants from all over the world is drastically changing American society. Tonight, a rare look inside the lives of immigrant families who some consider are a part of the second great wave of immigration. The growing nativism spurred by this influx, and the overall impact that this wave of immigration has had on the progressing American society. Also, why are these immigrants so successful in penetrating American borders despite restrictions placed on immigration? And lastly, how are these immigrants able to adjust to their new country? Even as most Americans today celebrate their identity as a nation of immigrants, there is deep ambivalence over future immigration policies. While proponents believe immigration to be a necessary ingredient for economic growth, others fear that newcomers with different languages, religions, and cultures are reluctant to assimilate into American society and learn the English language. The period between 1880 to 1900 is considered by some to be the age of mass migration. With more than 25 million immigrants adding to the current population, the impact of this period cannot be overlooked. By the 1880s, the concentration of industry in cities created numerous jobs, resulting in a major pull factor that brought in many immigrants in search of better wages. The new technology, inventions, and innovations of the era provided entrepreneurs with the opportunity to create massive organizations that brought about the rise of big businesses and corporations. These new businesses encouraged immigration as a resource for cheap, unskilled labor. Also, the advent of steam power had drastically shortened the journey to America. As a result, millions of immigrants poured in from all around the world, primarily from Southern and Eastern Europe, as well as Asia. This opportunity greatly affected Europeans in particular, as the door was wide open. In the 1880s alone, a stunning 9% of the population emigrated from Norway. After 1892, almost all of the European immigrants came through Ellis Island. Although young men were the initial immigrants who came in search of work, families often immigrated together during this era. One young immigrant recalls his experience of arriving at Ellis Island.
The boat anchored at mid bay and then they tendered us on the ship to Ellis Island. We got off the boat. You got your bag in your hand and went straight into the building. Ah, that day must have been around 5,000 to 6,000 people. I remember it. It was August, hot as a pistol. I'm wearing my long johns and my heavy Irish tweed suit.
On the other hand, Asian immigrants had a different experience. In 1882, Congress passed the Chinese Exclusion Act, severely restricting immigration from China. Since earlier laws made it difficult for those Chinese immigrants who were already here to bring over their wives and families, most Chinese communities remained bachelor societies. One Chinese immigrant looked back at his experience at Angel Island.
Hi, I'm here with a Chinese immigrant interviewing him about his experience on Angel Island. So, when you first came to Angel Island, how did you feel? What was your experience?
I saw no angels. There were only devils, but they were pretty white girls.
Were you scared whenever you first came to the US?
Yes, I was scared because I have never seen a white man in my life.
So, do you think racism has lessened since you've gotten here?
No, because I still cannot share a urinal with a white guy.
So, final question. How do you think your bosses have treated you so far?
My boss is so nice. He doesn't kick my ass.
From the European migrants to the immigration of Chinese laborers, the United States experienced drastic changes that shaped contemporary American society. The immigration trends throughout this era led to civil unrest and increased prejudice against migrants, issues that still exist today. The period between 1880 to 1900 witnessed the greatest change, as a newly industrial society drastically altered the demographic makeup of America as we know it today.